Hey everybody, in this tutorial we're going to talk about how you can customize your character's hair, accessories, and clothing. And we're going to be creating a quirky looking chick like the one you see in front of you right here. And we're going to learn how to customize all this stuff along the way. So let's just stop this. I'm going to start from scratch here by going over to my Actors tab and just double clicking Sandra. And that's going to basically remove all the accessories that I had on her before. And we're going to learn how to add and customize all this stuff from scratch. So the first thing I want to talk about is actor styles. Actor styles can be found in this tab over here. And basically what actor styles are is they're a combination of different accessories that you can add to your character. So if I double clicked on this angel, it'll give her some wings. I can double click on this female C template here, and that'll apply some glasses and different hair and clothing to the character. There's also ones like this party female down here. These ones are embedded with CrazyTalk 8. You can simply double click and add them. And if you're feeling a bit rebellious, you can double click the rock female template right here, and that'll add the cool sunglasses and bandana and leather jacket and all that stuff to the character. If you want to go back to the beginning, just go ahead and double click default female up here, and that'll return your character to normal. If he or she still has hair, you can go up here to accessory settings, and we'll talk more about this panel in a minute. But you can just select your hair and press this delete button, and that'll remove it from your character. And now we have our default character again. So let's start off now with Actor Elements, which is this tab right here below that. Let's go to the base folder right here and make sure we're in the template tab over here. And let's apply some stuff to our character. It's pretty simple to do. All we want to do first is go to the Actor Elements base folder here and into body. Let's apply some clothing first. So you can see here, if we wanted a conservative look, for example, we could choose this female blazer if she's going to the office or something like that. But we're going to choose this psychedelic kind of dress right here, this female essentials dress. We'll apply that to our character. You can press the S key and click and drag to move out here a little bit to get a better look at that dress. Looks like a party dress indeed. And you can press the home key to return her back to the original position. Alright, so that's it for the body. We're not going to worry too much about all this stuff. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Let's go to Actor Elements, and let's go now to our character's hair. And we can choose different types of hair as well. From short hair to a symmetric bob to a long ponytail. This is the one that I like to keep for this particular character. And I also have this Party Fun Pack installed as well. You can purchase this separately from the content store. You can give your character afro rollers, or you can give her a mohawk, or any of those type of cool hairstyles. But I'm just going to stick with the low ponytail style because this is the embedded one here. And let's go back to Actor Elements here, and finally on to accessories. So in accessories we have stuff for the body, head, and face. Let's start off with the head first of all. So I'm going to double click the head, and some accessories have an L, an M, and an R after them, and that indicates the left side of the head, the midpoint of the head, and the right side of the head. So for example, I'm going to apply this big ribbon L to the left side of the head there, and we have a flower. Now, if I apply this flower L, it would replace the ribbon as the left side of the head. So we're going to apply this flower R, and that's just going to add to the right side of the head. And then for the middle, we have this sports headband. So certain things can go in the middle as well. This sports headband will just wrap around the middle of her head like that, under the hair, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's just go on back to the accessories folder here, and then finally into face. And on the face, we have earrings we can add. Earring for the left ear. Earring for the right ear. We can give her a disguise or a clown nose if we like. Notice the clown nose replaces the disguise if you double click it, because they're both assigned to the same part of the character's face. Let's just go with these heart glasses right here. I think that looks good. And then accessories, we can go down to the body. And in the body, we can give her like a necklace right here. And maybe some wings if we wanted to add in some party wings to this character. So she looks like a pretty eccentric type of character right here. Let's take a look at how we can customize these accessories a little bit further. Now to do that, we need to go to the accessory settings tab, which I opened, our panel here, which I opened earlier. And you can see here you can select each individual accessory, including the hair, by using this gizmo right here. Or you can also select them individually from the list. Let's take a look at the glasses in particular here. So I'm going to select these heart glasses right here. And let's move down to the color section at the bottom first. Now, say for example, I wanted to customize the color of these glasses. You can see there's two material names. There's the heart glasses, which are the rims of the glasses, and there's the lens. So with the lens selected, say for example I wanted the lens to be a different color, I can just choose change the hue like this. I can make them like blue or purple or something like that. I think purple looks kind of cool. Maybe brighten it up a little bit, increase the contrast or decrease the contrast. That's looking pretty cool. And then we can select the rims and change the hue of the rims as well to something like dark blue or something like that. Darken that a little bit, increase the contrast maybe. Whatever you feel looks cool on your character. That looks all right. And then we can go ahead and if we want to save these glasses for later use, let's actually just change the hue to something a bit like green like that. I think that looks cool. There you go. We're going to go with the green style because I think that looks a bit more flashy. Again, if you wanted to save these glasses here for later use and you didn't want to mess around with all these settings down here, you can just close out the accessory settings. And in your Actor Elements tab, just go down here to this big plus button, and that's going to save these accessories, whichever accessory you want, rather. So you need to choose the accessory from the accessory list here. We'll just choose the heart glasses right there, press OK, and it'll ask you to name your glasses. We'll call them funky shades. And there you go, we have these custom green glasses. Now if I go to my accessory settings one more time, select the heart glasses and delete them by pressing this button up here. Then we can always go back to the Actor Elements tab into our custom folder and double click those funky shades and re-add them. So that's pretty cool. You can also do the same thing with the character as well. If you want to just bring this character in willy-nilly, just go over here to your actor tab and again down here to the big plus button, and we'll call this girl, party gal. Whoops. Party gal. Something like that. All right, and then you can just simply double click her. It creates a nice little thumbnail there. You can just double click her and add her to your scene later on. So let's quickly go and create another character here by going to Actor. I'm going to go to my template tab here and let's load in JP. It's going to get rid of all this stuff on the screen here. I'm just going to quickly create a character from scratch here. I'm going to go to the template Actor Elements here. Let's give him a nice suit here under body. We'll give him this blazer. We're going to dress up JP like a 19th century gentleman. All right, so we'll give him this snazzy looking blazer here. There you go. And let's go now to Actor Elements. For hair, we can choose hair in the Party Fun Pack, again, available for separate purchase from the content store. I think he looks pretty good with the bald comb over, actually, but we'll stick with the slicked bun hair, and we can press the R hotkey to kind of move around like that. So there's JP with his slicked bun hair. Let's go back to Actor Elements here, and on to accessories, and let's add some accessories to the character. So on the body, I'm going to go to that Party Fun Pack again. Add a nice looking bow tie, so he's looking more snazzy as we go along. Back to accessories. Let's add some accessories onto our character's face. So on the face, I'm going to go to the Party Fun Pack again here, and we're going to give him a handlebar mustache. There we go. So he's looking more like an accurate representation, along with these glasses, an accurate representation of that time period. There we go. I think that looks good. And then we can go to accessories here and head, and let's give him a bowler hat. Also found in the Party Fun Pack right here. We can give him like antler horns if we wanted to, but I like this bowler hat right there. There you go. So he's looking, like he's from 100 or so years ago. However, we have one problem here where the hair appears to be coming through the bowler hat right there. So let's go ahead and fix that. Again, using the accessory settings right here, you can see different items now are added to our character. We don't have anything on the right or left side of the head, just the bowler hat. So let's go ahead with, we can select Scale, Rotate, and Move. If we select Scale and we lock the XYZ scale, that means everything will scale uniformly. And we can just click this once, click that twice, get rid of the breakage through, and just adds a little bit of size to that hat, but it looks fine and dandy. And then if I wanted to move it or rotate it, I can select Rotate, for example. We can rotate it on the Z-axis, tilt it a little bit to the side. There we go. So he's looking a little bit, suave. And then we can, also rotate on the Y-axis like this, or on the X-axis if we wanted to, tilt it backwards like that. We can do that, or tilt it forward to make him look more mysterious. But then in that case, we'd also have to, move it. So we'd go to Move here, and we'd move it forward. Whoops, wrong way on the Y-axis here. Now, every accessory will have a different axis setup. That's because they're all attached to different bones in the character's face and head there. So you won't have any uniform, X, Y, Z. Some accessories may have different X, Y, Z. You just have to kind of experiment with it as you move along. Then we'd have our, mysterious looking, poker player or something like that. And then if you wanted to reset it back to normal, just go ahead and press this button up here, reset. That brings it back to normal, where we'd have to rescale it up again one more time. All right, so just wanted to kind of show you the transform section here. Let's close that down and let's load up our other character one more time here. So let's go to the actor tab, into the custom tab over here, and double click Party Gal. So that'll get rid of Sir JP and replace him with our party girl here. And I'm going to show you how you can customize the character's hair in Photoshop. So let's go ahead to our accessory settings right here, and with the character's hair selected, let's see G6 hair. We're in the texture settings here. Now we have two items. The tail is for the ponytail. This front hair is for the front of the hair. I'm just going to go ahead and save this out, this diffuse map right here. Make sure this is selected and front hair is selected, and save this out. We'll save it to our desktop, call it hair01. Okay, and press enter. And then we want to modify this in Photoshop. So let's go over to Photoshop here and file open. And on my desktop, we need to find hair01. There we go. So this is our hair map. This is the hair for our character. And all we want to do here is I want to create some, nice pink streaks through my character's hair. Now to do that, I'm going to choose a brush preset by going over here to brushes, and in brush presets, there's a nice brush presets. I think this one right here is pretty decent. You can see if we just, oops, oh, we have the clone stamp tool selected there. We need to select our brush rather. There we go. And I have this brush preset set up here. We can make sure the opacity is at 100, and we can go over here to rotate our brush 90 degrees, and then we can do something like this with a pink color selected, which we already have selected over here. We can just do something like this, create some nice pink streaks through the character's hair. Maybe make the brush a little bit larger there. Maybe not. We'll just do that. I think is fine. And we're not going for absolute accuracy here, but we're just trying to create some nice pink streaks in our character's hair. And there we go. I am not a modern stylist by any means. We're just going to finish going through the hair here with these randomly done pink streaks. Alright, so that's how you can basically add pink streaks to your character's hair. We'll go to File, Save As, and we'll call it Hair02. There we go. And back in CrazyTalk 8, let's double click the diffuse channel right here and load in Hair02. And now we have that blonde streaks through the hair. And we can change the brightness as well for the hair. Let's maybe make it a bit blonder. Choose a nice, not green maybe, but something like a nice blonde. Let's try to increase the saturation there. There we go. All right, so then we have that nice kind of blonde with pink streaks through it. And normally you'd also want to modify the color before you export your diffuse map and bring it back in, but that's okay. It worked out in this case. And there we have that nice hair with pink streaks through it. So now if I press play on this character, notice that her hair is kind of, flowing through the wind like that. That's because we have physics enabled. And every atmosphere will have physics. Atmospheres are over here. Obviously things like the beach and the universe and stuff like that will have stronger winds than other ones. And we'll talk about that in a separate tutorial. But I have this outdoor party one selected there. And to enable your physics, you just need to go down here to your physics button, choose physics on, physics off, physics record. We'll talk about that again in a separate tutorial. But I just chose physics on, and that'll allow my character's hair to flow like this. And you can even see the earring accessories are flowing in the wind as well. If you want to change the amount of wind on your character, you can go up here to atmosphere settings, and in this wind physics settings, change the gust frequency and strength. But again, that's covered in a separate tutorial, so we won't get into too much detail. But just kind of wanted to demo that possibility again. If we play back, you can see the tail is a little bit darker there. So if we went in, to our accessory settings, select the tail and brighten that one up. Again with the hue a little bit not so green this time. Maybe a little bit more contrast and saturation on there. A bit more brightness. There we go. And then we can play back, and you can see now we've changed that to a nice blonde, matching the front of our character's hair. All right, so certain hairs will have, different sections on them. Just keep that in mind. So we'll close that down now. The next item of business here is talking about custom cloth and texture editing. So for this, I'm going to bring in a completely new character. We're going to go and add in our boy Reggie in our 3D actors. So let's double click Mr. Reggie here and bring him in. We're going to apply a couple of quick things to Reggie. Let's go to Actor Elements here. And in Actor Elements, I'm going to go to my body. And this is a dress Showtime pack, which you can also purchase separately from the content store. We're going to make Reggie look like a punk. And I'm going to show you how to modify his clothing in this case. If I press the R hotkey, or sorry, the S hotkey, I can zoom out here. You can see there's a nasty looking skull on his shirt. I don't think this really accurately represents Reggie's personality, so we're going to modify that in just a bit. Let's go ahead and add some other stuff to him first, though. Let's go to Actor Elements and Accessories. Let's add a to his face. Let's go into Party Fun here. We have a cool disguise beard. We can give him like some cool glasses. Let's go back to the regular face here. I think there's some embed glasses. There you go. I think these ones are suitable for Reggie. He's a softie at heart, so we're gonna give him these earrings and these cool pink sunglasses. And then for the hair, let's go back to Accessories, rather Actor Elements, Hair, and Party Fun bonus. We have a mohawk, which is suitable for his look as well. We can choose Mohawk A right there. Alright, so there's our tough looking boy Reggie. His beard looks a little bit iffy, so we can actually just go here to our accessory settings. And, with the hair and things like the hair and the beard, if they're clipping like this, you can just move them a little bit or scale them a little bit larger. Whoops, we have the hair selected. Let's select his disguise beard there and scale that up a little bit like that. Say for example, if we went to Actor Elements hair, there's a certain type of hair here, this side parted hair, for example. If I applied some motion to this character, just bear with me here. We're going to go to our animation tab over here and into our animation folder. I'm going to add a practice audio, a beat step here, and we're going to go into listen only mode here. Don't worry if this is a little bit too fast for you right now. We're going to talk about animations and other tutorials. Let's go back to the animation tab here and animation folder. We're going to choose an auto motion, and I'm going to choose the scenario folder, a dance scenario, and we're going to have him dance to a hip-hop shrink type of beat like this. Now notice when he does this, the reason I did this is because in this particular case, I'm getting some clipping there on the hair. Now if you want to fix that, it's pretty simple. You can just go up here to accessory settings, and generally with the move, you can move it up a little bit. If we press play, there you go, we just moved it up once. Still clipping a little bit, so we can probably move it up again on the y-axis there slightly. And we shouldn't have a problem from here on. There you go, so we fixed that clipping. So just wanted to kind of give you that as a side. If you ever experience that hair clipping, you can just select the hair and move it a little bit, and that'll often fix that clipping problem. Let's go replace his mohawk here. Let's go into Actor Elements again. Hair, Party Fun bonus. The mohawk is over here. And the reason I chose this mohawk and that auto motion is because you can see the character. If we play like that, his beard's kind of flopping about, and we get the mohawk that's spring-loaded. Got some spring physics on the mohawk there, bouncing back and forth. Alright, but let's get to the main point of this section here, which is changing the skull on his chest here to something else. So I'm going to select the character. Now, we can't modify his clothing in accessory settings. Alright, so if we go to accessory settings, we can't select his clothing. If we need to close this down, we need to now go to texture settings. And this is where you can modify the skin for the body, the skin for the head. So we can, modify all these tattoos if we want, the t-shirt, and the separate blazer. And you can see the blazer has an opacity map, which gets rid of those arms. Let's choose the t-shirt for now. Alright, so the t-shirt, I'm going to select the diffuse map, and we're going to save this out. We'll call it shirt 01, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to close this down, go into Photoshop. Let's load up shirt 01, which we saved to the desktop there. Alright, so we got this, cool looking skull, but like I mentioned before, I don't think this accurately represents, Reggie's personality. So we're going to get rid of this skull. Let's go ahead and use our clone stamp tool to do so. Click over here and click on your clone stamp tool. Let's make sure we have a brush selected, like this one right here. I think that should be fine. Hardness 100%. Okay, good. So I'm just going to hold the Alt key and click over here, and then I'm going to click over here. Basically, we're using collecting, this area as a reference point, and we're just getting rid of that skull by alt-clicking here and clicking here. We're transferring that pattern over the skull to get rid of the skull. Again, it's a little bit, sketchy job, but we're not going for extreme quality here. All right, so we got rid of that skull. We have, most of the texture in the background here. Let's replace that skull with a different logo. Let's go to File. I'm going to open. I need to go into my Personal Productions folder here. Again, this will be separate. This will be different on your own computer, wherever you have your images. So you don't have to follow this folder exactly. There's my production resources here. And I have some tattoos. So I think maybe the one that most accurately represents Reggie would be the Hello Kitty. So we're going to open up the Hello Kitty there. And this is a transparent PNG image again. I'm going to press Control A to select everything. Control C to copy everything. Go back to my shirt and press Control V, and that'll paste my Hello Kitty logo on top of my shirt. And then I need to press Control T to transform the size and position of that particular layer. And let's make it to about something like this, like that size right there, and place it right below the neck on Reggie's shirt. So that was about right there. And I'll press Enter, and let's zoom in, holding Alt and scrolling here to the Hello Kitty. And it looks pretty cool, but maybe it's a little bit, too bright, too, stands out a little bit too much. It doesn't look like it's worn into the fabric enough. So we can go here to change, our layer 1 to something like Lighten, for example. That maybe looks a little bit better. Or we can just go back to Normal, and we can create a layer mask by selecting our layer 1 here and going down here to select to create a layer mask. And this part is important. Holding the Alt key, I'm going to click on this layer mask over here, this thumbnail over here, and that's going to load up this layer mask right here. So if I go File, Open, I need to load in an image that is black and white, that kind of, I have some blend maps here that I've saved. I think something like this one is pretty good. Loading this map right here. This is just a blend map that I often use. You can get this from iClone 6 as well. I'm going to press Control A again, Control C. Back in the shirt over here, just press Control V. And we're going to zoom out here a little bit. And make sure that's in the position where your Hello Kitty logo is. We're just going to kind of eyeball it here. Whoops, need to just move it over here a little bit. And press Control T to transform it a little bit. Make it a little tiny bit larger. Maybe let's just try and place it over the area that we think Hello Kitty's head is at here. There we go. And if we just press Enter there, then we can click over here. All right, and there's Hello Kitty's head right there. So it looks like a bit more blended into the fabric, and you can change and modify that as much as you want later on. Change it to lighten, for example. We can even change it to dissolve. Where's dissolve? There we go, up here. Something like this for whatever sort of effect you're going for. Color dodge, just pan over here and zoom in to take a look at which effect we like the most. I think I just like the normal. So let's go back to normal. All right, so there's our Hello Kitty that's kind of blended into the fabric a bit better. We can file save this out. Again, just a really SketchUp job. I'll save it as a JPEG here. Call it shirt 02 and save that. Okay, and let's load in the, we need to go back to texture settings here, double click on the diffuse map, and load in shirt 02. And we should have Hello Kitty appear on our hero's chest right there. All right, cool. So now we have Reggie happy with his clothing, happy with his style, and bouncing to this funky hip-hop beat right here with his cool-looking beard. All right, so that's about it for this tutorial, guys. Just wanted to show you how to, add in and modify accessories, clothing, and hair, and how you can modify them in Photoshop and within CrazyTalk 8. So make sure you check out our forums at forum.reallusion.com, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.